Afternoon all. Well, I'm doing a bit of a clip today, only because I haven't been out hunting for a little while because the freezer's absolutely been bloody chocolate. So I sort of don't. If I've got nowhere to put it, then there's no reason to shoot the bloody thing. So yeah, I haven't been out hunting. I've been earning a few brownie points and doing a few jobs around home before the come and raw, which is not far away. And I see a few people always asking on different forums and on the net, etc. What do you take with you when you're going for your hunting trip on a day hunt? So I thought, well, nothing to do this afternoon, so I might as well chuck you and show you, if you're at all interested, what I have in my day hunting pack. It's actually bugger all really, because my theory is that if I get an animal, I'm going to have a whole pack load of meat to carry, so I don't actually want to be taking too much if I can help it. So this is it here. Bugger all really. Start with, that's just a lightweight tripod. I see some guys these days have bloomin' flash carbon fibre jobs, but this I think is a $30 one that extends out to about 2 feet, which is about all I need, because nothing worse than getting an animal and you want to take a good shot, and then you've got long grass and nowhere to put the camera. And plus I use my camera as a spotting scope as well, because it has a 60 power zoom, so I use that to hold the camera steady. So that, got to have a head torch. You can't go without one, even if you're planning on a morning hunt, because you don't know what the day is going to bring. I like this LED lead lenser one. People recommended it for a few magazines. This is the rechargeable version, but to be honest, it's a hell of a lot more expensive than the normal version, the rechargeable one, and I don't know if I'd bother again, because the recharged battery, but it lasts bugger all. It says 20 hours in the in the guff and the pamphlets, but it only lasts a few, so I wouldn't worry about that. Always carry spare straps, because you never know when you're going to have to tie something down or tie something on the outside of your pack. EPIRB, so if ever I'm unfortunate enough to fall down the hill and break my leg, hopefully I've got one of those, and hopefully I don't break my arm so I can get it out of my pack. Spare ammo given. GPS just as a backup in case I'm somewhere, and I always mark base camp, so it doesn't matter where I am, I can always get back to it. Little first aid kit just with some bandages, some gauze pads, Panadols, ibuprofens, that sort of stuff. Camera, as I said, it's got a 60 power zoom, so I use that for spotting animals as well. A packable raincoat. This is one I got from Cabela's. It seems to be pretty good so far. Just a cheap, light, packable thing. Doesn't weigh bugger all, so that comes in handy every once in a while. And I've started taking this the last couple of years. It's a packable, lightweight down jacket. This one's by Macpac. It's a Supernova or something like that. It weighs bugger all. Packs up to nothing. But so I just carry it around with me, because when I'm actually hunting on the move, I'll wear bugger all gear. So when I stop and I know I'm going to be glassing for half an hour, I just whip this out, chuck it on, and you're as warm as toast in no time. And also, of course, binoculars. But I'm usually wearing those on the chest, so they're not actually in my day pack, so they don't really count. So yeah, and I've got one of these. Saw these on one day deals the other day, so I thought I'd grab one of these, because nothing's worse than putting all your gear in the pack and chucking a whole lot of meat in there, and then it'll get blood through all of your camera pack, etc. Oh, that's one I nearly forgot. This is my just my carry-all. I have lots of bits and pieces in here. So this is a Ridgeline one, has all sorts of bits and pieces. So in there I've got another first aid kit, just with some pads and plasters and bandages. got my knife, got a survival blanket in there, got some oil for the gun, which I then put on with pull through in case I get some stuff stuck in it while I'm out hunting. Another little tripod. Don't know why I carry that, the second one, but it's always been in there, so it can stay there. A compass. Don't think I've actually ever used that, but it's there just in case. You might run out of battery on your GPS. Of course, all the important spare batteries for the head torch and whatever else. Lens pen. You know, you might want to clean your scope or your binoculars or camera at some stage. And diamond sharpening stone. So always comes in handy, or when you're sitting around after you've boned out a deer, give it a bit of a knife a tickle up in camp. So yeah, that's it. That's all the gear, and that's me pack there. I started using one of these Carryall ones a while ago that I managed to buy second hand, and it's been bloody good because it's got a carbon fibre frame, so it looks fairly serious, much like a big pack, but trust me, it weighs absolutely nothing, and I can fit all my gear in there. As you might have seen on my last video, I fitted all my gear in there, plus 2 back legs off a big red spiker and a front leg, and the back stakes and fillet stakes. So nearly the whole red deer I can stuff in there, and I'm strapping bits to the outside, etc, etc, but it all fits and it makes the load bloody comfortable. Well, as comfortable as it can be. But oh shit, nearly forgot that. Good old roaring horn. I've had this since I was about 15 years old, so bloody nearly 30 odd years. It's just got tape on it for no other reason than the guy who gave it to me had it buried in the ground, and he'd left it buried a little bit too long, and it started to go all flaky, like an old toenail I suppose, but that didn't worry me. It was a cow horn. It does the trick, and as I've been using it for 30 years, it's roared in a fair few stags now, so it'll keep on trucking. But to be honest, you don't need that. I see people, these fancy roarers, I don't reckon you need them. I've left that behind a couple of times over the years, and I've just picked up an old water bottle on the side of the road that somebody's chucked away, and you cut the bottom off it and Bob's your uncle. As long as it's something hollow, like a bottle. I've even seen people use them in toilet paper tubes to effect, so it doesn't really matter. As long as you can get a good bit of volume and out there, should do the trick. So yeah, that's about it. That's my my day hunting pack kit. So yeah, so whatever you take, I'm sure everyone out there has something slightly different, but that's mine. So yeah, hopefully we'll see it in the hills, and good luck to you all, and see you later on.